You still go to tell them things. Something funny happens, and for half a second your hand reaches for your phone before you remember. A song comes on that they loved and you turn to say, listen, to an empty seat. The world keeps handing you moments made for them, and there is nowhere left to send them. That is the cruel, quiet arithmetic of losing someone. Not the funeral, not the first night. It is the 1,000 small times forever after that you forget for a second that they are gone. Let's sit with this tonight, gently, because grief is the loneliest room in the world, and almost no one knows what to say once the flowers are gone. Maybe you never got to say goodbye. Maybe it was sudden, a phone call that split your life into a before and an after. Maybe you were there, but the words would not come, or came out wrong, or got saved for a tomorrow that never arrived. And now there is a conversation that will never be finished, hanging in the air where they used to be. That unfinished goodbye might be the heaviest thing you carry. The I love you assumed you had time for. The apology, the one more ordinary afternoon you would give anything for now. And maybe there is guilt tangled in it too. The if onlys. If only you had called that day. If only you had known it was the last time. If only you had stayed a little longer. Let me say this gently. You did not fail them by not knowing. No one is given the gift of knowing which ordinary goodbye turns out to be the final one. You loved them with the time you were given. That is not a failure. That is simply what it is to be human, and to love someone you cannot keep forever. Here is the first gentle truth. Grief is not a problem to be solved. It is not a wound that is supposed to close and disappear. Grief is just love. All the love you still have, with nowhere left to put it. That is why it is so heavy. You did not stop loving them the day they left. So the love keeps arriving, and it has to go somewhere. And with no one there to receive it, it turns into ache. But that ache is not a sign that you are broken. It is the truest proof of how real they were. You only grieve this deeply what you love this much. And here is something the world gets wrong about loss. They tell you to move on, as if the goal is to leave them behind. But you were never meant to move on. You were meant to move forward and to carry them with you as you go. Because a bond like that does not end at a graveside. It changes shape. They are no longer beside you, and that is a wound that never fully heals. But they are woven into you now. In the way you laugh, the phrases you use without thinking, the things they taught you, the love you learned from them and give to others without even noticing. You are in part made of them, and that part does not die. And if you are terrified of forgetting the exact sound of their voice, their laugh, the weight of their hug, know that this fear is love too, but you will not lose them the way you are afraid you will. The small details may soften over time, the way old photographs do. What stays is deeper than any detail. What stays is how they made you feel, and that you carry for the rest of your life. Now, about the goodbye you never got to say, listen closely because this matters. The love in a whole relationship is never held in one final sentence. It lived in 1,000 ordinary ones. The way you showed up, the years you were there, the person they knew you to be. They did not need a perfect goodbye to know they were loved. They knew. It was written across the whole of your time together in a language far deeper than a last word. And the things left unsaid, you can still say them, not because they can hear it the way they once did, but because love has never needed a mailing address. Talk to them, out loud in the car, at their grave, into the dark before you sleep. Tell them what you never got to say. Grief counselors even have a name for this. Continuing bonds. The understanding that a healthy grief does not sever the relationship, it carries it. You are allowed to keep loving someone who is gone. You always were. There will be days the grief comes for you out of nowhere. A smell, a date on the calendar, a stranger with their walk, and it knocks the breath out of you years later. That is not you failing to heal. That is love, still alive, still looking for them. Let it come, let it move through you, and then let it settle back into the quiet place where you keep them. You do not have to be over it. Not by a holiday, not by a year, not ever. There is no schedule for this. Grief is simply the receipt for having loved someone completely, and you get to keep it for as long as your love lasts, which is to say, always. So tonight, if the ache is here again, do not push it away. Put your hand where it hurts and understand what it really is. It is them, still with you. It is proof that they mattered, that they were here, that a love that big does not simply vanish. You still go to tell them things. And maybe that is not a wound to be fixed. Maybe it is just the shape love takes when the person is gone, but the loving is not. You never got to say goodbye, but maybe you were never supposed to. Maybe some loves are not meant to end in a goodbye at all, only to continue quietly in you.